Welcome to Checks, Chats, and Chardonnay, where real women have real conversations about money, life, and everything in between. And I know I just screwed that up, but that is okay.
That's what real life is about.
That's right.
That's right. We're doing this. We're living this real life together. Yep. So this podcast is for women of all ages, coming together, trying to learn about each other, about how to navigate this chaos that we call life. Maybe learn a little bit about wine, learn a little bit about menopause, learn a little bit about finances, and anything in between. So here we are. I'm in the state of Washington. It is 70 degrees outside, which is a little unusual for us this time of year. It's usually a little cooler. So my joke was, and it's Friday. So this morning, my joke to everyone was, it's flip-flop Friday. Okay. And here's my Chardonnay.
Yep, you got your Chardonnay. And I'm Mary Jo Warner, and I am in the lovely state of New York, where it has been raining for the past couple days. So we are in Rubber Boot Friday. And I've got my Chardonnay. And Stephanie, let's introduce our beautiful guest here.
Oh, okay. Everybody fasten your seatbelts because this is a great one. Okay. So first of all, Stephanie Bowden, Ascend Wealth. And the person that is joining us today, I don't think my introduction is going to do her justice. She is the most phenomenal person I think I have ever met. She is caring. She is supportive. She thinks about us and cares about us and the people that know her and people that she just meets. She is highly educated. She has had very prestigious jobs. And she's a real person. When she talks to me or when she talks to you, it's from her heart. There's nothing false, no pretense. I mean, she's even texted me before, Stephanie just prayed for your mom. Like, wow, how many people in my life have I ever come in contact with that would do that? It's really, really rare. She's a wealth of knowledge. She's a mentor, and she's truly the reason that I'm in this business. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce you to Eula Ramroop.
Wow, that's so sweet. I'm like, oh, who's that person? I appreciate that so much, Stephanie. You and Mary Jo are amazing. And it's interesting. I probably need to let my husband hear that because then maybe I could be that towards him too. It's just me, or we just tend to be like that with our girlfriends? It is so nice to be here with you ladies. And I have I'm on this wellness tick, and we just came back from Carefree, Arizona at this wellness spa called Savannah. And so I have my Hydrate natural blueberry acai flavor. So here's my chicks and Chardonnay by way of acai. So happy to be here. Thank you guys for welcoming me and allowing me to join you. It looked like so much fun when I see the videos of what you guys have been doing.
We definitely enjoy ourselves on here, don't we?
I see. Oh, and I'm in Washington too. I am so glad. So it's funny because both of you guys are in places that I live. Mary Jo's in New York, where I'm glad I'm not right now. Sorry, Mary Jo. When I saw those flash floods, I was like, thank God I'm not there. And then Stephanie is in Washington, where I am now, and it is sunny and beautiful out there. And by the way, today's my sister's birthday, so we went and celebrated a little bit this morning.
Oh, I did forget. I'm so sorry. It is Atu's birthday.
It is. We sung happy birthday in our cacophony of voices.
Yes. Yes. So today we're talking about why we all got into this business.
Fun.
So, Stephanie, why did you get in?
Well, originally it was because Eula called me and she said, Stephanie, I need you. You need to do this. And so I really wasn't kidding about saying how incredible Eula is. I've worked with her 2 different times in the past. And the reality is I trust Eula with my life, my money, my family, my soul. So when she called me and said, I need you, I'm like, okay, what do I do? And so really I started not knowing very much of what I was going to be getting into. And as I started learning about what we were doing and what we were learning and how much we were learning and how much we were able to help people, and that's why I kept doing it. Because, well, I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for 30 years. And how many times has one of my patients or one of my colleagues' patients been in a situation where the cost of the healthcare was devastating to the whole family? People had to sell houses to pay hospital bills, or the cancer treatment that ate up all of their funds, and it was a way I could never help people. I mean, I can give them the medication they need. I can give them the oxygen, do their IV fluids, and help get them cleaned up and tucked in and make a pretty bed with hospital corners for them. But I could never help them with their finances or help them through some of those times in their life. And I guess I didn't realize it was a gap until I realized it was a gap when I started doing this. And so I've always enjoyed helping people. And so this is a way I can help people that I just never could before.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I
Yeah.
love that, Stephanie. Like, it's interesting because she's right. I've reached out to her. I've worked with her multiple times. I am very good about knowing who is good about doing something, and Stephanie's good about doing a lot of great things. So I reached out to her. I was like, I need you because my team was growing too fast and I couldn't keep up. I was like, I need someone operationally strong, someone I can trust. I trust him with my friends' lives, my family, and he just has a heart of gold. She and Mary Jo, they're just amazing women. And so I love hearing that for your why and how it's transitioned over time, because you're a force to be reckoned with. And I see, it's funny because I tell people, you know what? I need you to be with someone who's going to take the time to help you understand. And so it's been beautiful to have that. And then I love having Mary Jo in New York. So then, like, when someone new's coming on, he can be able to meet another phenomenal person who is trustworthy, right? And someone who really cares. Mary Jo, out of her free time that she doesn't have, was such an incredible support for us when we were in New York, and was helping me out with my sister. And it's just amazing to see two women who care so deeply be in a business like this, because it's all about caring. Because some people could take advantage of things, but the two of you guys care already. And oh, by the way, you get to help somebody. And oh, by the way, in their most vulnerable places of life, right? So it's awesome. I know you didn't ask me the question yet, Mary Jo, but I just had to piggyback on what Stephanie's saying about herself, because it's true through and through.
Yeah. Well, I know some of your why, but I want everyone to know your why, Eula,
Okay.
why you got into this business.
Yeah. So, for me, I'll just start off with, like, despite decades of building a strong career and trying to save diligently, I still ran into roadblocks. There's unpredictability in the market, there's rising costs and outdated strategies that I had, and they didn't serve, and they weren't going to serve long term. But once I discovered some flexible tax advantage solutions, like properly structured things that we have and diversified income streams, things changed. So I also had a couple other reasons. I had a loved one, my sister, and another loved one, my mother, who had some health issues. And those health issues required us to be able to get care for them at home. And that care for them was from, basically, now it's 24/7 for my sister. And that was something that, had I known differently about some of the things that we do now, I would have enlisted the services that are available to cover those expenses. And so instead of having to come out of pocket with, $36,000 a year for my sister, $36,000 a year for my mom, a total of 72 grand, I would have put in a place something called living benefits. And so for me, I found value in it, but then I also realized, you know what? Stephanie and I are in healthcare. The number one reason why people go bankrupt, the leading reason, it's medical expenses. And it's not the healthcare component, because we have health insurance. It is at 20%, obviously that hits, but it's the Who's going to pay the mortgage when you can't work? Who's paying the car bill? Where's the money coming when you're not working? And to know that there were strategies where you can accelerate your benefits to utilize them was powerful. So for me, it was not being prepared for retirement, seeing loved ones being in a position where, man, of course we're going to do whatever we can. But then I also realized a lot of people don't have that. And what do? They end up in places that they would not have wanted to be, and in situations where there's subpar care. And to be honest, folks, being in healthcare for 30 years in my past, people accelerate in their decline when they go in those facilities. I know people do it because they have to, but all the literature shows, and I see why, they decline faster. So me knowing that I could do something different, and I wish I would have known different, offers me the opportunity to be able to want to do that and give that to someone so they can have the dignity that they really deserve and have the resources to pay for it. So I don't know if you guys know, but oftentimes when there's a situation where somebody is needing assistance, if you're in a home, it's like a 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 sometimes. I was talking to my sister's current support health aide, and she's in a facility where there's 2 people taking care of 22 people in a memory facility. And we're in a nice area. Let me be very clear. Where I live in Washington is beautiful. By this golf course called Chambers Bay. It's gorgeous. So it's not like it's a financially challenged area. There's just not a lot of resources. But being home, there's a ratio of 1 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or multiple ones at home and then the one person, right? So that's part of it too. And honestly, once I saw how beneficial it was for me personally, and then I picked up the phone and I started calling. I saw my 401k plummet. I won't say the organization me and Stephanie worked at, but in 4 months, I lost 50 grand in my 401k, but I was at 30 grand loss. And I called a friend of mine, Lisa. She's another one of our friends. I said, Lisa, look at your 401k. And she looked at it. She goes, oh my gosh, it's dropping. And then we realized there was other things that we could be doing. And so just as women wanting to help women, wanting to help people, I think we all have bleeding hearts. We all wanted to help somebody.
Yeah.
Recognizing that there's an opportunity, that really and truly helped. Now I'm gonna tell you one other reason. So interesting enough, once I was gonna roll that money out of my money losing 401k, I had to qualify. I had to go through this thing called the suitability. And I don't have any children of my own. And I still wanted to leave something behind. And I wanted to leave something behind for my niece and nephews, but you have to qualify for it. So I'm going through this qualification process and I'm thinking whenever it happens, it happens. Hurry up and happen because I need that money out of the losing account that it's in. I get a call July 29th at 3:35 and I'm on my way up to, I love that glass, by the way, down to Oregon. I say up to, but down to Oregon. And I was going to go ATVing with my nieces and nephews. I'm going to leave them my, everything I have, but I don't want just money. I want to give them time, experiences. And it's interesting because I get a call from a friend of mine, Caitlin Cofield, and she's also the person who's helping my financial strategies. And she was so excited to tell me, oh my gosh, you qualify for one of the best strategies ever. And you can pull over and DocuSign. It's like, Caitlin, I'm on my way to Oregon. We're going to go ATVing. It's Friday. Can I just wait till Monday? And so, she's like, well, if you sign right away, it'll go into effect. So I said, okay, if we pull over, we'll do so. Well, guys, we ended up pulling over, and my niece, who is 19, she started driving, and I got in the back seat and I DocuSigned. And when I DocuSigned, it was about 4:02. Now I'm going to show you guys this because this is part of my why, and this is a very powerful part of my why. As we were driving and I pulled over, we ended up spending the night in Oregon, had a fantastic time, went ATV, having an absolute blast, you guys. Woohoo! That was me in the background. Woo-hoo! Like a 20-year-old. Next thing you know, this happens to me. And I am helicoptered out. First, they take me to one hospital. They don't have the neurosurgeons there. They had to fly me out to another hospital. And basically, guys, I used to run the UCLA spine program and I ran the UCSF spine program. So I knew when I heard that diagnosis, I said, people don't survive that. I must be on life support because people don't survive this. I had to learn how to walk again. I almost had a medical decapitation. It was millimeters away. Typically, people either paralyzed or they actually don't live. Now, in a situation like this, how does somebody go back to work? Typically don't. So I'm sitting there thinking I would be a burden to my family and my friends financially. But you know what was so crazy was that strategy that I signed the night before, that I was doing it really for wealth accumulation and tax-free retirement and generational wealth, had something called living benefits, and had something happen where I could not go back to work. Any two of these 6 things, I would have been able to accelerate the benefit on that strategy and utilize that to live off of. I had signed $1 million policy, so I'd have had $180,000 a year to live off of. Now, not quite my 250,000, but it's a lot better than zero. It's a lot better than being a GoFundMe. It was a lot better than being a financial burden to my family and friends. They weren't expecting to cover those expenses. And so that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Don't mind the pun. But really and truly, and I thought, you know what, I survived this accident. I was already studying for the exam. I had to tell the lady when I was studying for the exam, I sorry, I can't finish it because current situation. Like I literally have my text message exchange with her. I was like, Caitlin, I can't do the exam licensing test on August 5th. This is August 3rd. She's like, guys, I had to learn how to walk again. And she's like, what happened? I said, well, I flipped multiple times on the sand dunes. This thing has its own name. It's called a Jefferson fracture. So I had a C1 blowout, C2 to C3 fracture, L4, L6 fracture, L5 compound fracture, pleural effusions, pneumothorax, broken ribs. I mean, I had all kinds of stuff going on. The nurses understand a lot of these. It's like holes in the lungs. I coughed. I thought I was going to die. She says, thank God you're alive. And, you know, August 4th, the strategy that I signed up for all those other things happened to also be something that would have spared my family financial destitution. So I studied, I got my license, and I said, you know what? There's so many people that don't know this. I see in healthcare, we take so many people to taking them collections, chase them down. You see them lose their houses, like Stephanie said. You see them go into situations where their life is completely turned upside, and it doesn't have to be that way. So that's why. That's Happy in the background. See how happy he is? Sorry. But that's why I joined, guys. And so I love it. And I left my full-time career of healthcare of 30 years because now I get to actually offer hope to people. I get to offer, there's a lot of layoffs happening right now. And so I get a chance to be able to help people put their money in a place where their money can actually avoid the losses like what I was experiencing. I get a chance to be able to offer people an opportunity to be their own business owner, like what we're doing. Travel the world, wherever they want to go. I'm here in New York, Washington, because I can, because all I need is a computer. And I could bring my sister and her caregiver out, and we have a place over here. And we went to, South Africa a couple, and I can go wherever I need to go. And so I love it. I get beautiful people like Stephanie and Mary Jo to work with. I have an amazing group of women I get to spend time with. Last week, we were at the spa resort in Carefree, Arizona. I didn't even have a Carefree, Arizona. And a spa called Savannah, a bunch of women who invested in themselves and wanting to be able to lift each other up. And so it's a healthy environment. There's a lot of toxic work environments. And I think back sometimes, I'm like, how did I survive some of that stuff? But I don't have to worry about that because entrepreneurs like the ones in this organization, in this business, we all have our own respective business. Mine's Prosperity Partners, and Mary Jo is, I think, Ascend Wealth. Oh, no, Stephanie's Ascend Wealth, and Mary Jo's Legacy. I can't read it.
Prosperity.
Legacy Prosperity. We have our own business and we invest in ourselves. So we bring goodness to each other. We're not trying to tear you down. We're helping each other. And guys, where does that exist? Like, I feel like I'm getting teary-eyed just hearing this because it's a dream come true. I wish I knew about these things before. But I guess I had the experiences I had to have before because it makes me more grateful for it today. So that was a long why, but that's my why. I just had to tell you guys from my heart.
Well, I'm so grateful to you anyways, because you brought me into this business. And I remember the day that we were there in that place that you were renting here in Cooperstown, New York. And I sat there and you said, you have to do this, Mary Jo, with me. And then you know what really clicked with me is when I went to the school and I got my license and passed my background check, and we did everything together. And what clicked was all the things I went through with my parents,
Oh, wow.
going in, my mother with her brain tumor and having the aides come in, and having my father going to a nursing home. And I seen the decline when he went to that nursing home. And I
Yeah.
also have two sisters that have lost their husbands to
Mhm.
their first husbands to cancer. And
Mm,
I seen the benefit of them having living benefits and having the life insurance that we need and being able to take care of themselves after.
mm,
And, they're my why. Everybody, you are my why. Hearing your story,
mhm,
it's amazing what we do for everybody, what
mm,
we do to help other women, other families, their children.
mhm.
It's a blessed business. I will
Yeah,
say that.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's interesting because I was only in Cooperstown for a short amount of time, but I think I was supposed to be there for that short amount of time to meet
Hmm.
someone like you. And I think about all the people from the team that are from that area or that are clients from that area. Sometimes I'm like, God, why did you bring me to Cooperstown? I never even heard of Cooperstown. Because he knew someone like you. And that you
I
would be
know.
someone who's so instrumental in our life. My family loves you. My sister's like, make sure how's Mary Jo doing? And like, I love Mary Jo.
Oh,
Don't
and
worry.
I just love you guys. You know that. And your sister is so sweet. I just love her.
Mm,
She is. She's the sweetest, just the sweetest girl and woman. And I just wish I knew her I've gotten to know her for the past few years, both of you, but I wish I met her so many years before.
yeah. That's my older sister that was asking about you. But yes, my younger sister loves you too. You guys like to paint the town red together, you and Atu.
Oh yeah. I used to say to her, let's go shopping.
Yeah. No, she doesn't need to go shopping. She takes all this. So Mary Jo has the best taste, right? So Atu has really good taste too. So Mary Jo, she'll take her shoes off. Atu goes and puts her shoes on. Take her stuff. It's so funny. I'm like, where'd you get that from, Atu? I was like, oh, Mary Jo. And Mary Jo's so sweet because Atu has lost a lot of weight. When she came to me, she was like at two something. She's at 165. Now she's like 265. And now she's at 165. So she lost all this weight. So Mary Jo has great taste. So she has all these great clothes that she's brought over. I mean, like Ralph Lauren boots. And I mean, like this, and the tag's still on it. And Atu's like a kid in the candy store with her little cute outfits. And you can see her. She's like, so full of herself. I was like, I know, I don't have that good taste. Thank goodness Mary bought this bunch of clothes that you can have your little gallivanting around. And her caregiver now loves dressing her up, Sharon. And so she's always walking around looking all cute. She looks great.
Oh,
So
Sharon looks amazing. I was noticing.
Sharon too. She lost 100 pounds. Wellness, ladies, wellness.
I know she looks amazing. She's just beautiful.
Yeah,
She's
it's
got the
fun.
heart of gold, that woman.
Yeah.
But I am so happy that you came on with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm just so happy that you did, because your why and all of us is the reason why we are here doing this
Mm,
podcast today, right, Stephanie?
That's it. That's why we're here.
This is why we're here. And you bring a light to all of us.
mm, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Making a difference in the world is so important. We have one life to live. Oh, don't let me get all teary-eyed. Oh
Mhm.
no. Oh no. But yeah, making a difference in people's lives, that's what it's all about.
Hmm.
When we go on to the next life or wherever we go from here, eternity, nothing else matters besides the memories that we've been able to impress upon people and the impact that we make. And of
Yep.
course, working closely with our God.
Yep. Well, thank you. All right, Stephanie, I'm going to let you close this out.
Oh, okay. I wasn't quite ready. I was trying to hold
I
back the
know,
tears.
I know. She's like over here going,
That
okay.
they all started, Eula, when you were talking about your why and what happened to you on that ATV accident as you were ramping up. And I knew you were going to show the video and your picture. I was like, okay, keep it together. All right.
Okay,
So
my little Lola. I got
this was so
Lola.
much fun. I'm
Oh, hey,
oh,
It's
Lola.
Lola. She's
Hey,
our new
Lola.
foster doggy.
Oh, I never met Lola. That's a cute one too.
No, she's our Lola. We
And
just
she
got,
didn't have enough dogs because she got 5 other ones.
well, we're fostering Lola until she finds a good home.
Oh,
Huh?
okay. Oh, you're so sweet.
Yes.
I love dogs too. I actually
Take
have
care of
2
people
puppies
and
that
doggies.
There you
I'm,
go.
I'm getting 2 puppies soon. So yeah, so I'll
I
talk more
can't wait to
about that
meet
on the next.
them.
I know you got to come visit. Okay, so this is so much fun. Love doing it. Looking forward to our next one and wondering if what we want to focus on our next one. Any ideas? So we've talked a little bit about taxes. We've talked about our why. Wondering if maybe we should highlight a certain product or strategy type of thing. Maybe we could talk about, maybe we could highlight something with living benefits that would kind of tag off
Yeah.
of today.
Or
You
the
know what's fun
consequences
too?
of not planning.
Yeah, you know, 'cause especially at our age, we're seeing a lot of women going through divorces, and so they are needing to figure out their second act. Maybe
Yep.
talk about something that helps support those people doing their second act and by themselves. Kids are out the house, they're no longer with
Mhm.
someone else to help support them, and they're figuring it out on their own what they can be doing. That's a
Yes.
suggestion.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think it's a
All
great one.
right.
All
All
right.
right. We have our next topic. So everybody stay tuned. Have
Yep.
a fabulous
And
weekend,
please subscribe
everybody.
to our channel.
Yes,
Yeah.
please
Please
do.
follow us, subscribe. We want you to. And give us some great feedback. We like good feedback, not the, naughty stuff.
Yeah, keep the
Don't-
negative out.
Yeah.
Don't pick on us.
Well,
All right.
yes, definitely
Well,
don't pick on me.
Yes.
Be like,
well, it was a blast. Thank you so much for your time, both of you. And I will see everybody real soon.
all
All
right,
right.
bye. Thank you,
you.
Eula.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.